Hey guys, it's YB. Welcome to another Try Guys yearly recap. We've been doing this every single year since I started at Try Guys, and now we're at 7 years. Can you believe it? And usually Louis is with me, but he is right now at my parents'. Here's a clip of him enjoying his life there. We're moving soon, so we are keeping him at my parents' until then, and then we're gonna bring him back. But here's Coco to replace him for now. So as always, we're gonna go over the videos I edited at Try Guys from the year before, and then also this was my first full year being a Try cast member at Try Guys, which meant that I got to do really cool stuff that I haven't done before. I got to go on a tour with them. I got to be in Try Guys Game Time. I got to be in videos with many other cast members. It was so cool. Thank you, Coco, for being in it. Now you can go. We're gonna start out with Drop Into City San Diego. So this was the first year where I really had to think about what was going on the YouTube channel and what was going on streamer on secondtry.tv, or if you have a YouTube membership, then you can watch it as well. So it's gonna be kind of divided into the stuff that maybe you guys haven't seen, and I'll try to include clips so you can get an idea of what it was. But I was mostly editing the shows that would go for the streamer on the Second Try TV, but some of them ended up being released on YouTube as well. So it's like two different kinds. So I don't think the San Diego version made it onto YouTube. I will include clips from it here, so if you really want to go watch it, you can go on secondtry.tv and watch it there. But Drop Into City was a new show they came up with where they go to different cities, in this case San Diego, and do a scavenger hunt. So they were divided into two teams, 2 people per team, and they had a bunch of stuff on the list to do in that city. And since most of these were filmed on an iPhone, and they had someone following them also filming on a camera, so there were so many cameras, they were all over the place since they were all doing stuff at the same time. So editing was a little bit of a nightmare in the beginning. So I actually made a behind the scenes of editing Drop Into City San Diego, this particular episode, on my YouTube channel. It's part of my November vlog of last year, so it's not an episode of its own, but I will link it above so you can watch it. And while this was going on, I actually got to go on the Eat the Menu tour with the Try Guys. So during this time, Keith was doing an Eat the Menu tour, so they did many different cities. Different Try casts got to go to different cities. Since I was busy editing, most of the time I couldn't have time to go to another city, but they invited me to the LA show and the San Diego show. So being in front of a live audience, it was so cool. I mean, I never had something like that before. I think this is the moment I really felt like I was being a Try cast member. So the Eat the Menu tour was great, both the LA and San Diego shows. And it kind of worked out with schedule because they were filming the Drop Into City San Diego while we were doing the San Diego Eat the Menu tour. And when I was editing it later, I knew that, oh, okay, this is part of the Eat the Menu tour that they also edited into the segment. And then after that, it was Without a Recipe season. We had a Without a Recipe 2024. I also did a behind the scenes last year that you can watch. But I edited 2 episodes, Girl Scout Cookies and Mochi. So usually Without a Recipe runs 4 to 5 episodes per year. Devlin and I split them, so I edit half, he edits half. And you'll see this in the behind the scenes video, but this year was a little different because we did a bracket system. It was our first year doing 8 contestants total, I believe, from the beginning, and then they had like a bracket system where the winners of each episode kept competing more, and then finally they had a champion at the end. The only difference really were that we were using different cast members each time, so that we had to work with different personalities than we were used to, but that actually made it more exciting because it weren't the normal same people that always are there, and working with each character's dynamics really helped me as well to kind of try something new in the edit. Now, some people ask me why wasn't I in it because most of the Try cast members were used. Well, at the time that they were filming Without a Recipe, I was in Europe. I was doing my German wedding at the time, I think. But that's definitely another part to mention because, so at the end of every year, so in this case, end of 2024, we do a meeting. We do end of the year meeting with our bosses to talk about how we did, what we can improve on, all of that. And during that meeting, we also have a chance to tell our bosses, like, this is something that I really liked or didn't like. And in that meeting, I did mention that, okay, I was a Try cast member for a year now, and I haven't really been in that many videos. So then the guys definitely understood and told me that this was only because my editing schedule, which I totally understand. So how it stands is I am the only cast member out of all of them that's a full-time staff and an editor on top of that. So the other cast members basically can come in when they're free, when their schedule is open, and then just film and then leave. But I am on salary, so I am originally hired as an editor, as you guys all know. My editing schedule is a priority over my cast schedule. On top of that, I'm a senior editor, so I overlook most of the edits. I do some of the hardest shows along with Devlin, and because of that, they just want to make sure that I can get my editing work done and not be distracted by the cast. So I definitely understood that, but on the other hand, they also understood that I still want to be a cast member more because I was picked as one, so why shouldn't I? And I think since then, they have put in more effort to put me in more videos. So after that, I got to film a whole season actually of Food versus Food. If you guys haven't seen it, I think all 4 of them are actually on YouTube. So that was great. I finally got to have a season of my own. And the 4 episodes we filmed were sushi, so we got to try grocery sushi. Then pizza, we got to try different brands of pizza. And we did an orange chicken episode, which is really, really funny. And I think the last section of it with Jonathan is so funny. I highly encourage you guys to watch it. And the last one, the finale, was the old versus new Taco Bell. That's my personal favorite of the season. I got to edit it myself. And Keith and I basically went to the oldest Taco Bell that still exists, which is in LA. And then somewhat of the newest Taco Bell, as in the fanciest Taco Bell there is. We flew to San Francisco to go there. It was a beautiful Taco Bell on the ocean. This was such a fun video to film and to edit. So out of these 4 episodes, I got to edit 2 of them. I edited the pizza one and the Taco Bell one. But the other one, sushi and orange chicken, I got to give notes on it. So this was a really cool opportunity for me to be in video and also be kind of the producer behind the camera and the editor behind the camera. During the time, we also filmed the Try Guys Game Time. Each cast member had their own episode and it was like who knows blah blah best. So this is only on second try for my episode, so I hope you can see it if you have the subscription. It was a cool opportunity to get to know each cast member because I feel like a lot of people were complaining that there's so many cast members and we don't really know all of them yet. And this was a really great idea to introduce everyone to the audience. And if you watch it, you'll learn a lot of little facts about me. So then it was time to edit big shows again. We did Escape the Kitchen. I edited 2 episodes, 202 and 204. The first one was with Zach and Vic, and they were making burgers. Escape the Kitchen is also one of their newer shows where it's like an escape room, but they have to find clues and they have to cook something at the same time. So they make the food and at the end there is a big challenge and they will see who escapes the room. And Herbert and I make a little cameo in this video because at the end they had to serve the food, the burgers, to people in cars. It was like a drive-through. And in the second episode I edited, which was with Keith and Ryan, they did a really cool D&D thing at the end. I did a behind the scenes of these episodes as well on my YouTube channel, so I will link it again. I think doing behind the scenes of these episodes are really fun for me to do. So even if you guys don't have the streamer, you guys can see how it's edited, how it works, and maybe get an interest in watching them later. After Escape the Kitchen, I got thrown right into Phoning It In. So a big show after another. Phoning It In, I did 2 episodes as well. One was with Ryan and Keith. They made tiramisu. This was such a fun episode. I love the judges so much. And then I got to edit the finale, Whoops All Idiots, which is, I think, the funniest Phoning It In that's ever been done. It is unfortunately only on second try or on the YouTube subscription, but if you guys can, I would really encourage you to watch it because it's hilarious. It's unlike the other Phoning It In. So in the normal Phoning It Ins, like the first episode I edited with Ryan and Keith. Ryan and Keith are the contestants, right? They are the idiots. And then we have 2 chefs, Nini and Monique, who are actual chefs. They were phoning it in the recipes to them. But in Whoops All Idiots, there were no experts. The 2 chefs that were in the phone booth were actually Crazy and Jared. It was just 4 idiots cooking together and working together, and it was really, really fun to edit. I did a behind the scenes briefly of this as well. One of the questions I get the most is like, why do we call some of them idiots and some of them don't? Right now, the unwritten rule we have in the voiceover is that when it's a try guy, we can call them an idiot, but when it's a guest, we usually say this guy or this girl. And while I was editing Phoning It In, this was around March of 2025. And if you guys have been watching my personal vlogs, you know this is the time I went through something really difficult. This is the time I went through a miscarriage, unfortunately. And if you look at the timeline, I was editing Phoning It In, tiramisu, and then I got to be in a video filming Monopoly and Dave's Hot Chicken. It was an interchanging video where we got to play Monopoly and then we go in and eat the Dave's Hot Chicken with Keith and come back to the game. So it was 2 videos shot in one. During this time, I was still pregnant, or at least I thought I was. And no one in the office knew at the time. So I remember right before filming it, I was worried a little bit, like, oh, is it okay for me to eat Dave's Hot Chicken while pregnant? So I was like researching it, and it said it was fine because I was only having like a bite. But that's why I also didn't go for like the most spicy level, because I was just trying to be cautious. And of course, literally a few days after filming this video, I found out I had a miscarriage. So after that, I took like a 1-week break. So Monopoly liked the first video so much, they decided to do a live video of us playing Monopoly live on camera. So literally right after, I went back into the office to film the live video, and it was kind of weird to just kind of go back to normal filming so soon after it happened. You know, I pulled through and it actually helped me get distracted over it. Yeah, that's what was happening during that time when we were filming the live video. But right after that is when I jumped into phoning it in Whoops All Idiots, and it was all funny and kept me distracted, so all was good. After that, I started editing the new Try Guys season. So this is really exciting because they decided to do a new try season. I am actually in one of them. I got to be in a Try Guys Try Origami video. I think it's already out on the second try right now. That was really cool to try. And also this made me feel like a try guy because I got to do a try video. Because in that end of the year meeting, I also mentioned that while I love the food videos and I love to continue doing them, I don't want to be known as just a food video person. I wanted to do more other stuff, so this was really great that I got to try this. And the video I edited was hunting for truffles, which was also a very fun video to edit because they actually went out in the wild, had a bunch of dogs that were guiding them. It was really cute, and it just felt different from all the cooking shows I've been editing before, so it was good to have a variety. Then I also filmed Common Sense the whole season. Just between me and you guys, I don't really like Common Sense. I suck at it. I have zero pop culture knowledge. I have no general knowledge. There were some geography questions that I'm like, I have no idea what this state looks like, so I just don't have common sense. But I think the videos turned out really funny and I love watching them. Really, the one thing I was really good at was dividing a thing to equal weight. So there were multiple times that we had to cut an object, but every single time we had to divide an object into 2 equal parts and weigh them. I got it all right every single time, and I don't know how. So apparently I have a talent for those things, but not for other common sense questions. And then it was without a recipe time again, so I already finished editing 2 of the episodes. I can't tell you which ones yet because they're not out yet, but you will see them at the end of the year. And that is really my whole year, my 7th year at Try Guys. It was really exciting to experience different things as a cast member, like being in a video more often, while also trying to keep up my editing schedule. It was busier, but worth it, I think. Now on a personal note, I will be speaking at Vid Summit again this year in October, which is in Dallas, Texas. So if you're there, I will be there having like an editor's panel. I also got to speak at a woman in media panel lately about editing for the Try Guys. So there are so many opportunities out for me that I'm really grateful for just by being an editor at the Try Guys. And I really want to influence other people, especially editors and woman editors. I have had people come up to me and say they loved my editing videos and they tried editing. So that really makes me happy, and I hope all these videos that I'm making, all the behind the scenes, are helpful to many of you guys. So that was it. That was my 7-year recap at Try Guys. If you guys have any questions, you can ask down below. I will answer them. And thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you next time. Bye!